Hi guys, welcome back. So as the title suggests, today we're going to be doing a makeup look for those of you who wear glasses, or those of you who should be wearing glasses but don't because you don't want all that hard work to go unnoticed. Now, it's a myth that if you wear glasses, there's no point in applying makeup because it's hardly going to be seen. So not true. Now, there's a technique for applying it. The colors that you put in, the way you put in your liner, that's going to make your eyes pop even if you wear glasses. So if you're interested and want to know how to get this look right here, then just keep on watching. Starting off, I'm going to be using sunscreen as per usual. I'm using Neutrogena's Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunblock. It's an SPF 50. Now, if you're going to be out in the sun for prolonged periods, a lot of exposure, try to use an SPF of 30 and above, just applying it on my neck. Moving on to foundation, I'm going to be using my trusted Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. I'm putting this on my Real Techniques buffing brush, dampened. Now, do remember, whether you're going to use a sponge or a brush, it's advisable to dampen it before you apply the foundation because that ensures even and a natural application, no cake face. I know a lot of people who use their fingers to apply foundation. Now, the problem with using your fingers is, first of all, it wastes a lot of product and it's messy because you're gonna have foundation all over your hands, and it can come out patchy in some places. So preferably use a brush or a sponge. Moving on to concealer. Now, if you don't have much of dark circles or any under eye issues, then skip concealer altogether. I mean, the foundation will do the job. But if you do want to cover up any dark area under your eyes, then use your concealer. I'm going to be using my usual L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and I'm in the shade Medium Deep. Now, if you have any acne on your face that you want to cover up, use that same concealer on the problem areas and take a smaller brush, something like this, I would say, and just, you know, dot it on that area and just spread it a little bit over there. Don't buff it in like too much. After you're done with concealer, powder it immediately so that it doesn't cake under your eyes and settle into any fine lines. I'm going to be using my usual Rimmel Stay Matte. It's an amazing powder. Really mattifies the entire face without looking too much. And I'm using just a Colorbar brush that I have. Now, I get oily in my T-zone area, so I'm going to be focusing most of the powder there, and whatever is left in the brush, I'm just going to sweep it all over my face. I'm going to be finishing off my entire face and then moving on to the eyes this time. I'm not going to be using any contour today. I'm just moving on to blush. I'm using Chambor's blush. This is in the shade Amber Rose. It's an orange brown. Just taking the same powder brush and just buffing it all in so that there are no harsh lines. Now moving on to the eyes. Now, the eyes are really simple. I'm not going to be doing much. I'm going to be first priming them with my Urban Decay primer potion. It's a very light cream colored primer. Just putting it all over the eyes. So if you use a primer, it ensures that whatever shadow you put in is going to stay the entire day. It's not going to fade, it's not going to crease. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking this Makeup Academy eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be taking this first shade right here, putting all over the eyelid just to set that primer that we put on. Brown shade right here, this last one. I'm going to be taking a blending brush. This is by MAC. It's the 217. Brush off the excess and just work it into the crease area, like right here. We just want some dimension, not really intense color with this one. For the brow bone area, I'm going to be taking this silvery shade right here. When you wear your glasses, what you put on your eyelid is not too visible unless you go really sparkly. So focus on the brow bone and we're going to be going intense with the liner. Take your eyeliner, any one. I'm going to be taking my usual Chambor Smoky Kohl liner. This is really good if you have oily under eyes or oily lids because it does not budge. I'm just going to line my upper and lower waterline with it. Be careful when you're tight lining. It takes some practice. Just be patient. Don't poke your eye out. Any liner that you put in is gonna really make your eyes pop when you wear glasses. So we want to go with black, not brown, because it's gonna be hardly visible. Now smudge it. Just lightly smudging it in, just to make sure that you haven't left any little spots right there when you put on the eyeliner. My eyes water every time I do this. There we go. Moving on to mascara. I'm going to be trying a new one today. This is the Maybelline Magnum Barbie mascara. It has a very unique brush. It's flat and curved. So let's see how it's going to pick up my lashes. It's good for curling the lash. I don't know how well it's going to apply my... Yeah, not bad. Moving on to the lips. Since it's a day look, it's going to be very natural looking lips. I'm going to be using this one by Chambor again. It's called Brique Rose and it's number 152. This time I remembered to balm my lips. And there you have it. So after you're done with the entire makeup, just spritz your face with setting spray. I'm using my usual. Now when that's still wet, take your highlighter. When your face is damp and you apply highlighter, the highlighter lasts a really long time. So if you have trouble making your highlighter last, that's one trick for you. And there you have it, the day look for when you wear glasses. Now for the night look, we're going to be going intense with the eyes and the lips. So starting off with eyes, I'm going to be taking the same eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to be using this color right here, which is just a very shimmery, bronzy color. I'm going to dip into the shadow right here. And then I'm gonna spritz it with some setting spray, because when you use wet shadow, and I don't mean with water because water can break the product, but with setting spray, it makes your eyeshadow very, very intense. So that's what we're gonna be doing, just applying this all over the lid. Can you see that? Once you're happy with how intense it looks, go back to that same blending brush and take that same shade that we used for blending, this one right here. Just blend out the crease so that that shimmer shadow looks seamless. Now we're gonna do a winged liner, because when you put on the shadow, a lot of that kohl that we put would get covered. Now I find that while applying the winged liner, it's really nice if you can close the eye you're gonna apply on, because you get a really smooth line which you can just taper off at the end towards your brow. It's a big feat for me because I can do the winged liner much more easily than I can close one eye. You'll see in a minute. And when you reach the end, just taper it off towards the tail of your brow. Oh, and I'm using my Maybelline Hyper Sharp liner. I love this liner because the tip is so tapered, so you can get a really crisp, sharp line. Go thin at the beginning and then thicken it as you go towards the end. Use small strokes. You don't have to go over one straight line. It is frustrating how difficult it is for me to close my eye. And then just clean up. Any skin showing, cover it up. That's how your wing should look. Just touch up on your kohl again. Now let's move on to the lips. I'm going to be using a pretty bold lip. This is by MAC. It's called Matt Diva, which is a maroonish lipstick. Yes, it is a little bold, but it's a nice look and we're going intense with the eyes, so we're going intense with the lips too. Now because we put on a bronzy, goldy kind of shadow, any color of lipstick goes with it. You can go with red, you can go with orange, you can go with any dark lip, anything that you prefer. You could even go nude. Spritz again. And that is your finished look.